Fruity Cuties, what's up? My name is Jeanette, and I'm here with the Woodstock Fruit Festival. And today we're going to talk to my friend Ina, who I'm really excited to talk to. She's an amazing person. She's been on a fruit-based diet for, I think, 6 years, but we're going to get into all the details. And she went to Woodstock Fruit Festival for the first time last year. So we're going to find out her experience at Woodstock. But before we start, can everyone tell me what fruit have they had today? What's up, Ina? Ina's here. Fairy Fruit Mother is her name. You have to follow her. She's amazing. She knows so much about fruit. She has taught me so much. She's a beautiful being, and I'm really happy to talk to her. Really excited. But let me know before we start, what fruit have you had today so far? Me, I had a cantaloupe. It was so yummy. And yeah, I want to know, what fruit are we having today, kids? And I'm going to bring Ina in while you guys tell me what fruit we about today. Okay, here we go. Let me do this. All right, let me invite in a minute, and we're going to talk all about Woodstock, what it's like to be a fruity. Oh, hi, Boo.
Hello.
Oh,
Hi.
you got the accessories. Yeah, of course. Oh, I love it. Oh, so cute.
Actually, watermelon is actually holding the phone because I don't have my stand. I forgot my stand in New York, so
Oh, yeah, fruity accessories everywhere. Okay, my boo. So, Ina, I'm so happy to talk to you. Oh, you know what? Let's start this off by showing everyone what it's like to be a fruity fairy mother. Oh my goodness gracious. Okay, wow, that's gorgeous. That is gorgeous. What are those, Aki?
yep. Do you hear me?
Wow. Yes, I hear you. Oh my gosh, Aki is so rare. So, can you tell everybody, what does Aki taste like?
Uh, to me, it actually tastes like cheese. Cheese, pretty much. It's crazy
Wow.
fruit. It's dangerous, somewhat, but highly addictive. Like highly addictive. I can't even tell you how much I ate in the last couple of days.
When you say
But
dangerous, what do you mean by dangerous?
so when the fruit is closed, like fully closed, like this, if you force open the fruit, it's you can't eat it. It can, pretty much can kill you. It can cause you vomit. It can cause you like really bad reaction and including death. But when it's naturally open on the tree like this, that should be safe enough to eat it. As long as you don't eat the seed, just eat the flesh of the fruit.
Wow. I bet, guys, tell me down below, have you ever tried Aki? I bet you it's very rare. I've only had it twice, once at Woodstock and once here in South Florida. But yeah, it is so amazing, right? It's like no other fruit on
Yeah,
earth.
no, it is. Yeah, it's very interesting. Once I start eating it, I can't stop, and it's not easy to find, but I do find my ways when I crave something really while it's in season. And here local, it is local here to Miami, but it's not allowed to be sold officially, so I can't disclose my source.
Oh,
You're officially not allowed to sell it because of its danger and the fact that it could
right.
be dangerous for you to eat. So.
It makes sense. Okay. Yeah, that's why we can't find it in the store. So now, Ina, I'm curious. I have so many questions for you. First of all, you're a fruit expert. I consider you one of the people I know that like really I go to for advice and fruit expertise. What is your favorite fruit that you've ever had? If you had to choose.
I think my favorite fruit is mango, and the reason my mango is still my favorite fruit is although I do love durian and tomatoes and watermelon all, as well, is because the varieties of mango and the fact that you can literally survive on mangoes alone. So if you like durian, you can't survive on eating just durian alone. As much as I love the fruit and varieties of that fruit, it can be my favorite because I can't live for the rest of my life only eating durians. I would need water. I would need some hydrating fruits with it. But with mango, you can pretty much survive of just eating mango. So that's, and then the varieties. There are 350 types of mango grows in state of Florida. I tried over 150 of them, and some of them are like, forget about it. Like just the names alone make you really hungry. But they do taste amazing as well. So the variety of that fruit is crazy, like, and the spectrum of taste is so different.
Yeah, you guys see why I call her a fruit expert because, who has had over 150 types of mangoes? Can you just tell us a few of the rare varieties you've had?
I do like Angie. I mean, it's
Angie.
Alfonso is famous in India, but here it's less famous. A lot of people looking for that type, and it grows here in state of Florida. There's a fruit punch. There is a cocktail. Uh, Fruit punch is one of my favorite. Coconut cream, ice cream bean. And they do taste like one of those. No, Vani I haven't tried.
Wani. I've never heard of that
Vani.
either, but fruit punch. Oh my gosh. Yeah, that one is probably like my favorite. Oh, that was incredible.
So
Fruit punch.
Tropical Acres Farm here in Florida grows 250 or over 250 varieties of mango, and they're pretty much my main supplier of mangoes during season, which is like from May to August. And if you're here in Florida, you can just drive to them to the stand and get all these different varieties. But if you're not in state of Florida, you can order from them, and they are capable of shipping them throughout the United States.
Yes, Tropical Acres Farm. Gorgeous place. We have to go together. It's so
Yeah,
nice.
we can do it. Yeah,
Yes.
for sure.
Okay, so now I want to know how long have you been on a fruit-based diet?
So I started 2018 November. Fruits came to me. They came to me. It wasn't like I read about it and I decided to go. Fruits actually, I was sitting just like pretty much like this in my house, pregnant with my second baby, and my intuition levels were super high. So I was looking at the fruits. I was like, wow, they look amazing. Like, and I start craving them during pregnancy more and more. And I was like, what if I only eat fruit? And that thought was so weird. It's like, how can you only eat fruit? And then it just, I don't know, it almost felt like my soul touched my brain and told me that, and I started exploring. And so that was a summer, no, it was spring of 2018. And by fall 2018, I kind of started meeting people, reading about it. And I was like, wow, actually, there is such thing as fruitarianism. And there's such thing as eating only and mainly fruit. And so fruit is important to me. I don't consider myself raw vegan or vegan, although at that point I was plant-based and eating plant-based food, but it was all for health reasons, not for animal reasons at the time. And then fruitarianism also became like eating fruit only. And if I don't eat fruit, when of course those moments came where, my kids are still eating plant-based, so I cheat on fruits. It's not because I think I need it, it's because I want it at the moment more so than so I'm up and down the roller coaster for 4 years. Lately, it's been mostly fruits, and because my brain already kind of learned over the years to give up all the other stuff, and they're not necessary for my body. But this gorgeous stuff are here in Florida. So 4 years, I guess, at this point, yes, for a little bit more.
Amazing. This is amazing. And so you were like fruit-based during pregnancy then?
Yeah, so my second pregnancy, I wasn't. It just came to my mind. I started to explore it. But my third pregnancy,
Right.
I was pretty much 98%
Wow.
fruit based, and 2% I was just, with my kids out and about and stealing like a piece of potato from their plate or something like that. But it's really challenging having two kids that are plant based. And by the time I came to fruits, my kids were already plant-based, and so it was difficult to suddenly start taking away from them something they already know. Like they never had any animal products, and that's normal to them, and that's fine because I never had it in the house since they were born. So for them, it's when they see other people eating it, they don't care. They don't, they understand. The kind of became vegan by just the fact that they're kids, and it doesn't make sense to them to eat meat at all or any animal products. It's just in their mind that doesn't make sense. um, but um, but I couldn't take away already cooked vegan food from them. So I have to cook for them. I
Mm,
have to take them out to the restaurants, which becomes difficult. I mean, as long as I have a
of
lot of
course.
fruits with me or I ate a lot before, it's easy. But at times it's not possible, and so that's where my not fruit meals came from in the last 4 years. But most of the time, if our house is full of fruits, then there's no other option. We go to the beach. I bring only fruits, and we only eat fruits.
Yes. Can you tell me, first of all, everyone, she has three beautiful kids. They are so smart. They are so vibrant and alive. And can you tell everyone how old your kids are?
And they're six, just turned older daughter turned 6, and then 4 and 2, 4.5 and 2.5.
Yes, so that's a lot of energy in this house, okay? And yeah, these kids are so amazing and they've been vegan, plant-based since birth. Yeah,
Yeah,
this
they
is
are.
this is why.
You can call them vegan because they
Yeah.
really like in their mind it became natural. Like for me to become vegan would be something I would have to make a choice, and I just didn't. I just became plant-based for my own health, and that's how I came to fruits. But for kids, it kind of became natural to become vegan because they never tried animal products. So in their mind, it doesn't make sense to eat animals. So you could call them vegan babies because they do associate themselves more with veganism than I do,
Yes,
let's say.
yes, I love it. Okay, and now let's talk about Woodstock real quick. So, first of all, how did you even find out about Woodstock Fruit Festival?
So I heard of it before. As soon as I started doing my research and become fruitarian, I start looking, and obviously somehow in search whatever the Woodstock Fruit Festival came in place. It was 2018. I just had a baby, so I was like in the 2019. I really wanted to go, but I still had a little baby, and I think by that time I already knew I was pregnant with the next baby or something like that, so I couldn't go. And
Right.
then 2020 was canceled. So 2021, I only went for 2 3 days. It was just to check out what it is with 3 kids myself. And then I was like, oh, next year I'm definitely going for the whole experience. And that's when we booked the private room and everything and experienced the whole thing with kids. And even my husband partially came for it, and it was amazing. But I also was excited because I had an opportunity to present
Yes.
as a fairy food mother, as a face fitness instructor. So that was very exciting because I think it was a lot of 25 or 30 people came to my face fitness workshop, and a bunch of kids came to the fairy fruit mother, which I came up with that character sometime in spring, I think, and then developed it into branded it, and then I was doing like kids performances as a fairy fruit mother, and then I did it at the Woodstock Fruit Festival as well.
Yes, I'm gonna put that photo as the cover of this because, guys, she dressed in such a beautiful ensemble. And it's amazing that you presented your first time attending the festival, really. You did come for a few days, but yeah, that's amazing. And so tell us real quick, what did you do as a presenter?
So I did the face fitness
Face
practice.
fitness.
Face fitness. So face fitness is, you know, how we go to the gym and we work out all
Yeah.
our muscles in our body, but we really forget about our face. And for me, in the past 2 years, face fitness became a huge thing. Every morning I wake up before after I do my body exercise and yoga, I also exercise my face muscles. I tomorrow is my birthday, and I don't know how old I'm turning, and I don't follow my age, but I'm not that young, and I know it's way past 30. I think I stopped counting after 35, so I'm definitely past that. But I do feel like I'm getting younger every year, and I know for sure, being fruitarian, that being just me, I'm not planning to do any products, fillers, any of that is not going to be
Yes.
part of my life. I want to age how I'm going to age, but I do want to find a natural way to help. I was looking to find a natural way to help to preserve my face, especially because I don't have good genetics. I know based on my mom and my grandma that, you know, I have to do something extra. And face fitness, face yoga, or face whatever you want to call it, came to my life 2 years ago. I started learning with the teacher, and all it is like we bring blood to our muscles in the face. What happens is if we don't do it, our the blood circulation in our face doesn't naturally happen the way it would in the wild nature. Like if we were in the jungle looking for the fruit, we would be protecting ourselves from the animals, we would be hiding from predators, we constantly would be moving our eyes up and down, left and right,
Mm,
instead of into the
mm,
form like this. We would
mm.
move our neck way more than we move our neck in regular life. We would be mimicking, if we're scared in certain ways, we would the mimics of our face would be totally different. The way we would use our face muscles in wild nature would be different from what we're using it right now, looking at the screen most of the
Right.
time. So face fitness is kind of fakes it the same way gym fakes, you know, running in the jungle and climbing the trees. So I got a lot into the face fitness, and I started teaching it as well, and do like seminars and presentations on that. And so that's what I was teaching at the Woodstock, presenting at the Woodstock Fruit Festival. And people from there still contact me till this day because it's a great tool. Once you know it, you can just do it every morning. Sometimes you can do it while you wash the dishes, or
Ina, can you teach us a few things?
all right.
Can we do a few of them together?
Yeah, we can. So our forehead add, right? So important part about face fitness is to make sure we don't put the wrinkles in while we do exercises. So we pretty much find the muscles in our face, we stretch it in a certain way, and then we contract it. And this contraction is pretty much brings the blood flow to the muscle that wouldn't come otherwise. So even if you go for the face massage, you would only get the muscle work in the front, but never from inside. So the only way to work the muscle from the inside would be to stretch it and give some resistance, and then against that resistance you work it, give it contraction, and the contraction will pretty much bring the blood flow to the whole muscle. So let's say we want to lift, and this really works. So if you want to lift a little bit your eyebrows up, just look at yourself how it's now, and then you lift your eyebrows up, stretch it, right? And then you look down and close your eyes against.
Oh, wow.
So do it like 10 times and make sure that there's no wrinkle in between. So stretch it as much as possible, but give yourself enough. So in the beginning, it's difficult. So
I don't know what we look like on the screen right now, but everyone do this with us so you don't see what we look like.
So you close the upper lid. And so you need to do it by closing your upper lid, not your bottom lid. So you focus on separating the upper muscle of your eye instead of using the lower, because lower you exercise differently. You hold the lower, you look up, and you kind of try to close your eyes.
Oh, wow.
I've there's so many.
Never felt this muscles before. I've never done this.
I know.
Wow.
It's a great tool. It's a great exercise. I try to do group classes on Zoom once in a while. I have 3 kids, no nanny, no help, and now in Florida without my husband, it's pretty much I don't have any me time. Right now, my husband is here from New York, and that's why I'm able to do this live.
That's the only reason we got here.
It's the only reason I'm able to go live right now, but I'm trying to find more time. I mean, comes September, we'll see if older will go to school. We're going to do homeschooling. In New York, it's much easier because I have my husband, grandparents, and stuff like that. In Florida, at where I'm right now, and thanks to Jeanette 3 years ago, helping me to find my first apartment in Florida and hook me up for winter in Florida is only way to go.
Yes.
Now it's my 3rd winter in Florida, and I can't be more excited to be here because the sun, the ocean, and the fruit is just
Did you go in the ocean this morning?
Yep, that's why my hair is wet. I couldn't resist.
So nice.
I was like, I have life, I don't care, I'm going to the ocean. So I was just in the ocean. I just came, my face is a little red and freckles, but I don't care. Like, I'm here. I'm going to use this ocean. The water is calm today. So.
Yes, it's so beautiful. We're so blessed. And okay, guys, so let's get back to Woodstock Fruit Festival. Wow, I'm feeling it. I feel it.
You're
I've
gonna
never
feel
even
it.
done
Try
that
to do it
before.
20. Try to do it 20 times. On the last 20, you hold it just like you work out. You will do the hold if you want the static of it. Like you close your eyes and you resist your muscle. You will see. Like if you take a picture of yourself and keep doing this exercise with the closing the eyelid for 5-10 days and take a picture, you will see your eyebrows will like naturally will raise up. Because this muscle will have the blood flow every day in and out, and the blood flow will stretch the skin around the muscle because the muscle will become a little bigger and the skin stretches around the muscle, and that's what gives you like that lift effect in all your muscles in your face if you consistently do it.
Since you have studied this, I have a question about this. So I've heard that going upside down, doing inversions is really good for your wrinkles and your face and blood flow. Is that true? Do you know at all about that?
I don't know. I don't go upside down. Any blood flow in your body is great. It's really about the blood flow. The more blood flow you have in your body is the better. But in the face muscle, the only way the face fitness or face yoga works if you stretch the muscle and you contract against, because you can't put the weight in your muscle and lift the weights. All you can do to work the muscle is stretch it. Depends on where it is in different ways. And contract against your own force of your hands. Contract the muscle. First, you don't have to do it really hard. The more you do it, the harder you want to stretch it. This way, the contraction is harder, and then the more blood flow will come to it. The more blood flow will be coming to your face. The more effect of it you're gonna see. But again, massage will do some effect to your face. Standing on your head probably will do some blood flow into your face, but never where the whole muscle works. It's like going for the body massage instead of going to the gym, or you
Oh,
know,
yes. Good
or going to
analogy.
like sauna, whatever, for your body. And like, yes, it does give you some health benefits, but it will never work. You need to work to get the
Yeah.
result.
Oh, I love that. Yeah, that makes sense. That makes sense. Okay, so now, what was your first impression of Woodstock Fruit Festival as soon as you arrived? I guess that would be 2021, right?
Yeah, it was to
Yeah.
2021. It was obviously, we don't know, we were coming out of 2020.
Yeah.
And I was just super happy to see people without any masks. I was very
Yes.
happy to see people gather together. For me, it was personally very cool because I haven't seen that in the year and a half or so at that point. And so that made me kind of super excited to be there. And I wish I was there for longer. I did enjoy the scenery of the camp. Oh my God, it's just beautiful location. I couldn't get enough of it, and I did enjoy the fruit that I seen at the festival and stuff. Did I go to a lot of activities? No, because I was with 3 kids, so I was going to kids activities with them.
Yes.
That's unfortunately this year as well. I wasn't able to attend too many
But
lectures.
you did. You hosted an activity for kids. What did you do for kids?
For kids, we did the Fairy Fruit Mother interactive experience, which is what I do privately for clients. I do it rare, and I do charge a lot for it because my time, again, is kind of expensive.
Precious.
And it's precious.
Yes.
Yeah, it's not expensive. I don't like to use that word at all. Yeah, it's just I have very limited time, and so if I
Yes.
do it, I do it for clients with the pleasure. I enjoy it. I wish I did it more, but right now I just can't with the little one still needing me a lot. But it is interactive experience. I bring all this fruit, whatever is in the season at the moment. I'm about in New York. I get fruits from all over the United States. I get them from farmers in California and Florida. I get them from wholesaler. I get them from the store. I get it from the farmers market. So usually in the week, I have a nice variety of selection of whatever is seasonal, local at the time. Pretty much collect that all for depends on number of kids, and I come and bring all that fruit. And we talked about, and we do like yoga, stretch, all fruit related activities. We do arts and crafts. I did publish Fairy Fruit Mother coloring book and Fairy Fruit Mother Kids Planner. It's on Amazon. You can find it by just typing Fairy
Wow.
Fruit Mother. And it's a cool coloring book. So we do that coloring activities. And then we talk about fruits and how the fruit has a seed. And so I bring the pot and the soil and all the instruments. So we eat different fruits. Each kid picks whatever fruits they want to eat from what I bring. We talk about each fruit. Depends. Again, it's I go, as I go, I make it up because it's all what it is, whatever fruit
You're
is there.
channeling, and
I'm
yes,
channeling whatever fruit I'm talking about.
yes.
And then the most important part for me is that I connect the kids to the fruit seed life situation. So they pick the fruit that they would like to grow. We pull the seed out of that fruit, or they save the seed, depends on what fruit that is. And we put the soil into the pot. They decorate the pot with the stickers and markers. And then they put the seed in the soil and they water it, and we cover it for, germination period. And then they take that home.
How
So like that's
beautiful.
just my favorite part of that whole experience. And the kids took that pot with them home, and they water it and take care of it. And hopefully fruit will come out of it, or like at least the plant, so they could see that fruit is life, and that's because of the seeds and fruit.
What a beautiful world if every kid could experience this, you know? I just dream of this kind of world, Ina, and I just want to say thank you for doing that and for teaching kids about this such important thing, because if we don't keep this going, we cannot have the food that we need to live. You know, we need. So now I have a quick question about you being a mom and being healthy. So how do you find time? What would you recommend to people out there who feel like they don't have time, they have kids, young kids, okay, and like they don't have time to take care of themselves or eat healthy or do fitness or yoga? What is your advice to really busy moms out there?
I mean, it is a circle. It is a circle. You have to start somewhere. For me, I got more time because I started eating fruits. I started eating fruits,
Mm,
then I had less time that I needed to sleep. I had
mm.
I needed less time to prep food because my kids do eat plant-based food, but that's usually once a day. The other 2 meals are fruit, and that's easy. You just chop the fruit, and then yes, it's a lot of mess. I do have to clean, but it's still kind of faster than like making a whole 3 course breakfast or lunch. So in the morning we usually juice, and juicers to wash is really not that difficult. It's like it takes me 2 minutes, one
Do you
minute
juice with
to
your kids?
yes, they always juice in the morning. They juice from 1 year
Ah,
old. From 1 year old, the kids know how to use both juicer press and
wow.
slow juicer. I always post those videos from the back. I do not share my kids' faces on social media, but I do post like their hands or how they do it. That's part of my personal brand on Instagram. Then what I share about, I do show how kids enjoy fruit because it's so natural for them to enjoy fruit. But they love juicing. They make juice for me. So now the older kids just make juice for me. I don't even set up the juicer. They set it up. They do. They clean it. I don't even have to worry about it.
Oh,
But it all comes together. I guess for me it's important to go to sleep early enough with my
mm,
kids. So I try not to work after 10 p.m. Whatever they fall asleep, I fall asleep, but I do wake up before them, and I do have 2-3 hours to myself, and that's when I work. That's when I work out. That's when I do the plan my day. I am lucky that I building all my projects with the team in Ukraine. I'm personally from the Ukraine. I was asked for a lot of donations during last year events. And at some point I was like, okay, I can't really donate. I'm not working. I don't have money, but I do have some savings that I had because I had the apartment in Russia, in the Ukraine that I sold many years ago. And I was like, okay, this savings must go, and I don't want to donate it, but I can give people's jobs. So
mm,
this past year,
mm.
2021, 2022, I mean, I did hire a few people in Ukraine. Again, the prices there is different, so I pay them, not what I would be paying somebody in the United States, and they work on my projects. So in the morning, I talk to them, I see where they're at, where my project's at. I give them certain tasks. I check up on whatever I needed to get done. And that takes the first 2-3 hours of my morning. And then by the time I'm done, the kids are up, and that's it. My whole day is pretty much all about the kids. I still on my phone working in between everything because again, nowadays you
Of
work
course.
with your team, you don't even see them, you don't talk to them on the phone, you pretty much text or voice message. And so I don't know, I kind of manage it. It just with the time and experience it came, and I'm hoping to monetize on my projects eventually. Right now I just pretty much invested in all of them to make them happen while I'm still raising 3 kids. But once they monetized, I hope to build the bigger team, and so do better projects. I mean, I want to do so much in the world fruit based, because I understand that this is the only thing that can save our planet, for not save but prolong the life of our planet, right? Every
Absolutely.
seed grows to the tree, and the tree becomes gives us oxygen. It gives us oxygen.
Yes.
That's what we need. If we have more fruit trees, we will have more oxygen. And so my mission in life is to connect people and fruits. Just connect them. Just I was doing it at the beach today with this lady who just walked into me and started asking me about every fruit I had on my, and then she asked me for the seeds. She said, my daughter is in California. I'm going to send her those seeds. Maybe she can plant them. And I
Wow.
packaged her the seeds, and I was like, I just connected one human, but I want to do it in a scale much bigger. And that's where all my projects are all about. And I also want to preserve, I understand that this planet has an end date, but as long we can have a cool life here. And again, if everything was done already, Jeanette, you and I wouldn't have work to do. We wouldn't,
Right.
what would we be doing? So it is what it is right now, and we're
Yeah.
changing it slowly, and I see the changes happening, and it's exciting to see, and it's fun to be part of it. And
I love your
probably not.
mindset. Yes, I love your mindset, Ina. And you know what I love about you? You're doing it anyway. You're doing it anyway. And of course, you want to do it on a bigger scale. But even one on one, somebody this morning, her life has changed, probably forever, because she'd never seen these kind of fruits. And so, okay, let's get back to your extensive knowledge of fruits. Can you give us some tips and tricks on how to pick out fruits? Because it can be difficult sometimes to know.
No, Jeanette, I would say you're an expert on that, and if not you, it's my husband. So I just wrote it's not a cooking book, it's a recipe book. I wrote a
Mhm.
recipe book. It's all fruits only. There's nothing else other than fruits there. But I actually made my husband, and I see he just joined here, so it's interesting that you asked this question. And I
Is
made
your
my
husband the
husband.
urban fruit forager?
Yes, that's my
Ah,
husband.
yeah.
So I did ask my husband to cover that chapter on fruit shopping and picking the fruit, because he does most of the shopping for
Oh,
fruit for the family. He goes to the farmer market and wholesalers because I'm mostly there with kids. I do my shopping mostly online. by connecting with farmers and connecting with the fruit dealers, as I call them, and connecting with people. And then I just trust the universe that I will get the best of the best fruit, because here's the farmer who cares for his fruit, who wants his or her fruit to be tried and in the best possible shape. And so the way I shop is mostly online, and again, either online or directly connecting to the farmer. But my husband, he actually shops, and so I cannot help too much with picking up correct food.
Well, can you give us, no, this is actually really good, Ina, because a lot of people, they see us eating this exotic tropical fruit and they're like, I can't be healthy because I don't have access to this. But you mostly live in New York, right? And so how do you get farmers to ship you fruit?
No,
How do you do this?
first of all, you can go to Chinatown and pretty much get
okay.
any fruit. You can go. I don't go there, but we don't go because we buy them wholesale. But if you buy retail, Chinatown is the place to go. Bunch of Asian stores in Brooklyn, Long Island, New York City sells exotic fruits. Online, there's numerous stores. There's Miami Fruits, Fruit Hunters, iHeartBox, Tropical Fruit Box, Fruit is Life, Fruit and Cahoots, and so many more. And some of them go in and out of the business, sometimes take a break, but there's numerous online stores. Also, a lot of farmers at this point are selling their fruit directly, and the farm, they do have the website and they do sell fruit directly to customers. You should just know about it. I'm making sure that everybody aware of them, and I'm trying, my mission in life is also to help all the farmers that are not very computer savvy but do want to sell their fruit directly to the customers now from one of my projects. So one of my projects, Seedless.
A good idea.
So,
wow.
So Seedless Tomato, I'm launching tomorrow. I'm pre-launching it tomorrow because it still has a lot of issues and stuff. I called it Seedless Tomato. I'm going back and forth with the name because I'm like, seeded tomato or Seedless Tomato. Seedless Tomato sounded really cool when we picked the name and we registered the company and domain, but actually Seeded Tomato is available. So I was like, maybe I should call it Seeded Tomato. But there's a lot of mind thought that we put in the name of the site. And so for now, it's Seedless Tomato, the global fruit map in the palm of your hand. You will go to the website as a user. You will go tomorrow and test it. You can explore the library of the fruits we have on the website. As of right now, we have 210 fruits that we drew using artificial intelligence and description that we wrote. That is our copyrighted, not stolen from anything else. That's just us. And we're doing it in Russian, English, and Ukrainian for launch, and hoping to add more languages. Even though Google can translate, we try to make it as authentic as possible, so where you read about each fruit and it's really resonate with you. So for example, you want to learn more about ackee fruit, you just go on a website, either go by the list of the fruits or you type ackee in search and the ackee fruit will pop up and you can read about it. But important part, that underneath that fruit you will see where you can buy it. And the way we do is we adding slowly all the online stores, including Fruit is Life and including whoever is doing at the moment sales. We're adding one by one the stores or farms that sell the fruit and what fruit they have. And so it connects it to the fruit we have in our database. So when you search for the fruit, you can actually see where you can buy it online or in person. That will take time to build up and make it so it's correctly working. For that, I am currently working with each farmer and each fruit dealer to see if they want themselves update the list of fruits they have in stock, or they would like us to update that list for them weekly with my team in the Ukraine. They would just keep updating it based on what we see. But even like Robert is here, we were talking a few days ago about like who will do it, us or him. So then people know that Robert is here this week has, starfruit or tamarillas. And so that's the vision for the
be a site that you join. Is it like members only?
No. So in order to be, anybody can just go on the website right now. Technically it's already up and running, seedlesstomato.com. It just still has issues. The team is working today really hard for my birthday tomorrow to launch it, but we're still adding the description of some fruits. We're still adding pictures for some fruits. We're still adding farms all over the world. At the same time, it's all happening, and then sites start crashing because we're just doing too much work at the same time, and we don't know yet. The traffic will be building slowly on it, so hopefully it will not crash, but site was built from scratch, from my idea into what it is today. Again, in the Ukraine, it was fully built in the Ukraine team. I kind of supported people there, so everybody who works on the site are in the Ukraine. And the lights were going off, with what's happening there. The lights were going off often, so they couldn't work certain days. So many days I would call and I said, guys, did you do it? They're like, we had no lights for like 2 days. There was
My
no
God.
internet for 3 days. But it still wasn't, so I wasn't rushing. My plan was to launch it by January 1st. It didn't happen. We're trying to do it by tomorrow. We'll see what's going to happen. But the idea is to connect. So when this person came to me at the beach today and asked me what this food, and this was, I was holding this and eating this cacao fruit. She's like, what is this? And I'm like, cacao fruit. She's like, where did you buy it? All I wanted to say is like, go to seedlesstomato.com. You can read more about the food. And you could see, she's like, I'm from Chicago. I was like, we're going to have Chicago stores there too. Don't worry, soon. But just keep going and we'll be underneath it. But you can also order it from Fruit Hunters, Tropical Fruit Box,
Miami Fruit,
Fruit Connect, Miami Fruits, any of those online, and you can compare the prices. So somebody sells it. I do want to create a bigger competition between all I know they're struggling as is, but it's also a good business. I know that it's a good business.
This is genius.
I want people to have it.
This is genius, Ina, honestly. Oh, and can you tell us, how do you eat that fruit? How do you eat cacao?
You cut it, how my kids say it, this way. So my older son likes it this way, and so like an ice cream. And then my younger one likes it this way, where he can pick the fruit. And then inside of this fruit is, I don't have a knife, but inside of this fruit is as a person even at the beach, they call it a meat, but it's not meat, it's a flesh of a fruit. And that's what we eat. We just suck on it like a candy, and we don't eat the seed, and we throw the seed. Again, I personally do not eat seeds. So any seed, I just throw it in Florida, in the wild.
You don't eat any seeds?
No, I do not eat. If I eat the seed of like dragon fruit or tomato or tamarilla, because you cannot to eat those seeds, they come out of our bodies the same way it comes in, because they have a protection layer on them. And they very quickly, even seeded watermelon, those seeds very quickly want to leave your body, pretty much within a couple of hours, maybe a little longer. If you're not on fruit-based lifestyle, it will leave your body within 24 hours or less. Anyways, they will push all the other food down your digestive system because it wants to be out. It actually helps the seeds going throughout the seeds, like in those fruits, they actually need our body to get I forgot the nutrient and chemistry. How do you say it in English? I know it's in Russian, but it helps the seed to be more pun once it's out of our bodies, and there's more chances the plant would grow if we were to go to the bathroom, but somewhere in the wild nature. But seeds like this in the cacao fruit, you can just throw on the ground and the cacao tree would grow. And the idea, for me personally, the idea of fruitarianism is to spread the seeds in any way possible through the earth. And even if we don't do it physically, we don't go to the bathroom in the wild jungle, our body, the God, the nature doesn't know it. All it knows is that only flesh entered our body, only the seeds that are protected entered our body and left our body, and we didn't do any harm to the nature by doing that. And I guess it's very important for me to do that. Like, I feel pretty safe that I didn't do any harm to the nature. If I were to eat the seed of the cacao, I wouldn't feel right. First of all, it doesn't taste good to me. And if I start,
it's very bitter.
It's bitter. So if I need to add something sweet to it, that's already doesn't make sense for me to eat. Like, that means I'm not doing something. Like, nature wouldn't design this seed to be added with something else to be eaten from me.
Right.
So I, of course, don't eat the seeds. My kids don't eat the seeds of the cacao fruit, but some people do. And and then again, at that point, I don't know what's safer, to eat it raw as a raw vegan, or to actually bake it to get rid of toxins that are in the raw seed, because the raw seed has a natural protection, right? We bite it and it's super bitter, and it tells you, don't eat me, I'm a seed, I don't want to be eaten by you.
Right.
But then there's toxins in them, and so if we still eat it, we're like kind of eating some toxins that are in the seed. Or if we bake it, there is more chance that you remove at least the toxin from it, so now it's not raw, but might be safer to eat. So the guessing game, what's better, the raw seed or the cooked seed? Same with nuts. I don't want my head starts spinning trying to answer what's better. It's just better for me not to eat it, period, than think what's better, the cooked, the roasted nut or the raw nut, because both of them
Yeah.
have some disadvantages to them, as far as how it will affect your body.
Yeah, I like what you're saying. You know, it seems easier to eat fruit for me because it tastes good, feels good when I eat it. It's easy. It's like all the things line up, you know, it's good for the planet, it's good for us. It just feels easy. But some people find it so hard to stick to a healthy vegan diet or plant-based diet or fruit-based diet. And so now, do you have any cravings for cooked food ever?
Salt, mostly salt. It's not
Salt.
specifically the cooked food, that it's the salt. And again, when we crave sweet stuff, other than fruit, it's natural. We're supposed to crave sweetness. The nature designed us to crave sweet stuff, and that's why we reach to the mango
Mm,
tree and we're
yes.
like, we want sweet. So craving sweet is easy, and fight it is very easy. You start eating more sweet fruits, you don't crave any more cakes and whatever fruit. And I never had a sweet tooth. I always like just to eat fruit. Salt is, on the other hand, is the cheap, in my personal opinion, is the cheapest available drug on the planet Earth.
Wow.
And it literally, like, you can eat one avocado without salt, but you can eat 7 avocados with the salt. As long as you add the salt, you suddenly can eat so much more. And it does affect our brain in such a way where it's pretty addictive. And that often we don't want cooked food, we want something salty, and it's very difficult to get it in fruit. So like tomatoes pretty much have some
That's why
salt in them.
you eat a lot of tomatoes.
And there's a lot of
Salt.
my fruitarian friends, whoever is like 100% fruit only, I call it exclusively fruit. That's my other brand name that I have, exclusive in the name of the cooking book, but exclusively fruits, right? Where it's exclusively fruits. Um, they do eat a lot of tomatoes and cucumbers and stuff because it does have, and I know raw vegans go for celery and celery juice because it has a salt in it. But again, I don't do celery because it's not a fruit. But it's better than so how that limes, but that affects your teeth. So that's becomes tricky. It's very difficult to get rid of salt. I know some fruitarians who are 100% exclusively fruits and salt
Oh,
because
wow.
because
Yeah.
you can eat 10 avocados a day unless you
Yeah.
add this white, very cheap, very widely available.
What did you call it? The cheapest drug on the planet.
It is.
Yeah,
It's
that's
sugar and
really
salt.
good.
That's cheap. It's very addictive. And when people tell me like, no, you probably need salt, sodium in your body, I'm like, you do not. You really do not. It's like being on some, drug and say like, oh, I need some heroin because I just had it yesterday. I need it today.
Right.
For me, it's equal. I mean, there's no, I mean, I know people that are years and years without salt and they're absolutely fine and they do not need it. And I see how even like drop, like even if I have a little salt with avocado or whatever, I already see how like my body starts retaining water and my eyes get puffy and my
Mm.
face doesn't look as good right away. I don't look great. And so I see the effects of it. One thing that helps with the salt addiction, at least me, is spicy peppers, different
Ooh.
variety of spicy peppers. Um, so if like you mentioned avocado, this is fruit. Is it neurotoxin? Yes. Is it a fruit? It's still a fruit. So I prefer to like make my food spicy for that emotion, for that to replace that craving of salt. Spicy food helps a lot.
Wow, I
Lime,
did not know that. That's a good
lemon,
one. That's a
lemon
good
and
tip.
limes, lemon and limes for sure also kind of give you that. But lemon and limes, you have to be careful because it affects your teeth because of acidity of that fruit. If your body is not fully transition to 100% fruits, it does affect your teeth. No matter what, that acidity does affect your teeth.
Mm.
Personal experience, we know that.
Yes, yes. Okay, Ina, before I ask you the last question, can you please tell everyone where is best to find you and how can people get in touch with you if they would like to?
Uh, so I have a lot, but my Instagram, you could see here, it will be probably attached. It's a fairy fruit mother. It used to be in
Yes.
a fruit witch, but I guess the witch didn't sound too appealing to many people.
I
So
love Fairy Fruit Mother. This is
I,
so,
we switched it. We switched it. Yeah, we switched it. My personal brand to fairy, although I'm partially still a witch and I foresee the future and I have this I still have those features of a witch in me, but it's more from it on the good side is the fact that I kind of see the future. Whatever project I do now is because I know it will be useful in the future more than even today, and I'm slowly developing it to what it will be. I do have my website, Ina Loma. Ina Lomanov is my name. That's my true name. I don't hide it, although sometimes I really wish I did because of 3 kids and privacy. But it's Ina Lomanov. That's my true name. And I have inalomanov.com that has list of all the experiences, the fairy fruit mud experience, the mastermind on developing your personal brand experience that I have, the tours in Florida private that I do to form a retreat that I'm again not doing tomorrow, but if I got enough people interested, you and I or whatever, I would partner with someone to make those retreats. I see you also wanted to do one. Maybe we can partner on that because I did had some inquiries, but not enough to
Yeah,
where
we'll
I would
talk.
do.
We'll
We'll
talk
do
about it.
that. And then seedlesstomato.com is going to launch tomorrow. It's already up there. You can check it out, but there's a lot of little things we're still fixing today. Also, I started the project urbanfruitarian.com, and that's platform that we're building just for people that are already on a fruit-based, raw vegan, fruitarian lifestyle. I think we need our own space online where if tomorrow Instagram decides to ban everybody, that we don't lose each other at least, but it also shows
Yes.
other people. I guess for me, again, I'm a marketing person, so I graduated with marketing degree, and for me, it's very important to market fruitarianism through my personal brand and through all others' personal brands like you. That it's not somebody who needs to run to jungle or even move to Bali or Phuket tomorrow just to be
Yes.
fruitarian. You can live in Miami, sunny house. You can live in New York City. You can live in Texas. You can live in New Hampshire, anywhere, and still be a fruitarian. Right
Yes.
now, we live in a world where we don't need to survive. We can just live. There's online, again, we named all those companies that ship online fruit, so you don't have to worry. But even if you don't have money for that, you could still go to your local stores and find good enough fruits to eat. So I guess I'm trying to change the image, overall image of the person who's fruitarian, because I personally know of fruitarians that make $1 million a year and they still eat only fruits, exclusively fruits. And I know people that, in doctors who eating, but they not everybody in the United States, some of them in Australia, some of them in New Zealand, some of them I meet people all over the world online because I needed to create my own network of food-based people. And so urban fruitarian, I'm just trying to introduce everybody to each other now because I feel like I know those people, but they don't know each other and they think, they're the only one. But by the way, some people found like through the urban fruitarian already somebody found somebody else in Spain who's fruitarian that they wouldn't find otherwise.
Wow.
Because how you find somebody who's fruitarian in Spain, like
Right.
how you can. So I'm trying, but also I'm trying to create a dating site for fruitarians because I think that's
That's
important. There's certain
genius. Yeah.
within urban fruitarian project right now we're just collecting like information and trying to match it, but the ideal would be to make like a real dating platform within the site where it's different. The questions we ask is not something you can use on Tinder, right? I
Tinder.
never went on a dating site, but any
Yeah.
of those, all those sites, the questions there are not relevant if you're on a fruit-based lifestyle or you're a vegan or you're fruitarian. So we're trying to
Mm.
come up with the questions that would make sense and would match people better, specifically in our team. Is it a small niche and I will not make any money on this for a while? Yes, but is it very important for me to do this? Yes, because I just think it's necessary. And right now, maybe it's not something monetizable, but I'm like, I really want to do it because it's just, again, would make more fruit babies, would make more fruit couples, more people will stick to the lifestyle because it is much easier to stick to the lifestyle when your partner or your kids are also in the same lifestyle. And so it's better for those people that are not coupled yet and have to learn how to be a fruitarian while your husband or your kids are not, or your wife and your kids
Yeah.
are not. It's much easier if people will just bond together as fruitarians. And
I love
so,
fruit babies. I love
yeah,
that
fruit
expression.
baby, yeah,
Fruit
fruit
baby.
babies. We have few born this year. I'm very excited. Like there's Lexi just had and Matt, and
Yes.
in Ukraine and Russia, there's some were born this year. I'm like super excited. We do have a Moms Club section in the Urban Fruitarian website, which for the past 3 days I'm trying to finish up the questions because I know a lot of people have a lot of questions about like so how you are pregnant and eat mostly fruits, how your baby breastfeeding and fruitarianism. So I don't want to share my personal experience because one person is nothing compared to everybody else. I'm trying to let all the moms do the input, so it's not just me talking about it. It's
Right.
everybody who has the experience shares. So they all have different point of views, different. Somebody is again in the Ukraine, somebody in Russia, somebody in the United States, and it's different experiences, different states. So I'm trying to collect all that information. So I'm all about like getting the information, trying to make it user friendly for the community. So that's urban fruitarian. And then for the world is seedless tomato. And then for people that are interested to switch the lifestyles, I always send them to you. I send them to all the other people that do the programs. I don't have again time for myself to do the programs, but what I did have time is to build the application. It's called MFT21. It's going to be in App Store within the next month or so. It's already approved. We're just filling it with the content. That's where we can have information about fruitarianism, specifically for people that want to do the program. But the program is from all different experts in the field. So we're doing the videos there. I like it because the app makes it kind of cool. App is
Yeah. Ina, I think it will be amazing. Of course, I hope that you will be at Woodstock 2023. And I hope. And I would love for you to, of course, present, but also teach about how to be an entrepreneur with kids and, just doing so much. This is amazing, everything you're doing. And it's so important because, we need people that are making the steps to make this world a better place. And, I think this is so amazing. Everything you're doing is just so original and so important. And it's going to help so many people. And also it's going to help people stop making excuses. And I think your husband said Costco has a lot of good stuff too.
Mm-hmm. And you shopped this morning, right? Too. I saw your cart.
Yeah,
There was a bunch of great.
Yeah, no matter where you live. Yeah, Costco right now has organic grapes. They're so good. Yeah. I mean, $10 a box. So actually that's a pretty good price. And honestly, it's no excuses, guys, no matter where you live. And Ina is helping make this possible for everyone to know that you can do it no matter where you live. You can take care of yourself and you can be beautiful and fruity and have fun and raise your kids to be healthy and happy. And so, yes, Ina, thank you so, so much. My last question. Thank you, my boo. My last question to you is, if you could describe Woodstock Fruit Festival in one word, what would you say? What would be that one word?
I don't know how to say united, like it's united fruitarians. One of the names I want to use instead of urban fruitarian, but united fruitarians, like everybody's united for the same idea. And unity is cool because we are social. We do have our physiological life, role in life. Let me tell you what I think. We do have our physiological role in life, and our physiological role in life, biochemistry design role in our life, is to eat fruit and spread the seed. Like we were designed originally just to eat the fruit and spread the seed, so there's more trees, so there's life on planet Earth and all that stuff. We are physiologically, women and men too, is designed to make babies and give life to the next generation. Totally respect everybody's choice in this lifetime not to do it, because there's plenty of people, so that's fine if somebody now feels like they don't want to do that. But with our physiological, our body is built, and for women to be pregnant and for the men to spread their semen and make more babies. And I think each human has a social life, role. And our social role, like now your social role is very clear. My social role in this life is very clear.
Yes.
Woodstock Fruit Festival social role, like as a united collective, is very important. So everybody who is involved in that, fulfilling their social role because they do it and really enjoy it. The issue is a lot of us doing maybe jobs that we don't enjoy doing. And we're doing it because we have to make money, or because our parents kind of told us that's what we should be doing, and we're kind of not living our own life. For me, I think I never listened to anybody. I always listened to myself, but I was able to put what I major and what I truly wanted to do in life is entrepreneurship and marketing and all that stuff. With my passion to fruits, I tried to combine it together into one thing. And Woodstock Fruit Festival is a great event that was put together by people that had the same passion, Michael and Julia and you now and in the past.
And
you were fulfilling your social role, but the goal is still the same, is to it's still connected to the fact that we are improving our planet. We're doing something that will change this planet and
Yes.
maybe change things around. I mean, when you posted today about this Life magazine thing, I was like, I don't know if I want to be in cover in that magazine, because I look at the people that were there. I was like, I don't know if I want to be associated with those people, but I do want to change the world. I just want our own magazine that will have people on the cover of it, and none of
I
those
bet
people
you
that
will
were on
have
that,
your own magazine one
you
day.
know,
I
like
bet
we
you.
all, Fruit is Life
Yeah.
magazine, and the cover of it is
Yeah.
you, me, and everybody
Yeah.
else who is a
I
part
love
of
it. I
something.
love it.
When you do something that changes, I mean, I worked in Target for 6 years. I was operational store
Mm.
manager. I love what I did. I had 400 employees working for me. I truly, and you also had the job, but you're always more connected to what you do now, I think, right? When you were working with the juice company, but before maybe not. And I was like, so, but I couldn't, I was still looking for that, the meaning of what I was doing. Yeah, selling
Mm.
clothes, selling gums, selling
Yeah.
crap on the front end cap, because it was a holiday and everybody would buy anything because it's a holiday and everything gets bought and the store is empty by the 25th of December. But I never felt like I was doing something meaningful. And what I do now feels so meaningful. It fulfills, it gives you so much energy. And so finding your passion of what you do is so important. And at Woodstock Fruit Festival, you can find like-minded people, you can connect, you can see what other people do in real life. I think offline is now important. I'm focusing on online businesses because right now I can't do offline as much as I want to. I can because I have kids.
Right.
So I'm
Right.
using right now my skills in offline business, but it's so important to have offline activities and events where people can come and still communicate together, because soon 80% of the people will be walking around with in virtual reality goggles, and that's the reality it's going to be. But there will be still another 10-20% of people that will be getting together and having
Yes.
fun without the goggles, and where I know we will be part of that world, and that's fine. And so we need to make sure that the Woodstock Fruit Festival doesn't die. We do find the location and have the festival as soon as possible.
Yes, and I know somebody asked, or I think it was Richard that said, we need Woodstock as soon as possible. Yes, so if you are interested in coming to Woodstock Fruit Festival, you can actually help us. So if you're watching this and you'd love to come, there is a contest right now. You can click the link in our bio, and if you help us find a venue, we'll give you a free ticket. Or if you can't come, we'll give you $1,000. And just so you guys know, I thank you so much for all of the submissions. I've been really hard at work researching every single location. I've been on the phone with every single location that you sent. And hopefully we're getting closer and closer to getting the perfect location. So I want to say thank you so very much, Ina. I believe in you. I think you are doing such an amazing job because you're doing what you are supposed to do. You stepped into your destiny. You're helping to make this world a better place because you're here. And I really look up to people like you. And I'm so happy to be associated with you because I love that. I love people that are doing what they were born to do. And you are clearly born to do this. And I love
It's very
that.
clear now for me.
Yes,
I wasn't, but it is. And it everybody has their own path.
yes.
Everybody will come to that if you look for it. It wasn't so easy and so quick. It takes time. You
Mm,
slowly do what you love doing, and the more you do it, the vision starts getting bigger and bigger. But
so
thank
true.
you. I
Thank
appreciate
you.
this was my first interview on
I can't believe
Instagram.
that. I
Yes,
can't believe it.
thank you so much for it. I did enjoy it very much. So I I still I really appreciate your help and support and our connection. And I can't wait to see you live. You're like 3 minutes walk away from me, but we still did
Yes.
this.
Yes,
So
yes,
let's
yes.
get together, eat all this fruit because I can't eat it all. And I mean, my kids will come home, but definitely they'll love you. My kids adore you. They do as much as we limit our screen time is to zero. They ask me, "Can we see Jeanette? Oh, I just saw in your stories. Can I see that video? Can I see? Was that Jeanette? What did she just say?" They were watching this morning. I scroll through the thing and they're like, "Oh, that was Jeanette." It was about what was it about? It was a minute
The
and something of it.
raspberries?
Yeah. Anata was watching it till the last minute. I'm sure next time she eats raspberries, I almost guarantee you're like a role model for her. And I love it because it's not me. I rather other people, watermelon workouts, all that associations with you. The kids love it. You should do
Thank
more
you.
content for kids, I think, too.
Your kids are
Oh,
so
you don't have to.
amazing.
So
they're so beautiful,
thank
bright
you.
and smart, and
Thank
I
you.
just so they're like the luckiest kids in the world because they're getting this like healthy food and like the real like exotic
They
tropical
they
food and
they eat the trust me, they eat their portion of the vegan junk food, but it is what it is. They will. They anyways. I'm not limiting them to anything. They will eat whatever they
Mm,
want. If they ask me
I
for
love
meat, I
that.
will give them meat. They didn't think fully. They're not asking for it. I think every person has his destiny. It doesn't mean my kids need to be fruitarians or they see me. They will decide. But we also have,
I
you
love
know,
that. I love
it.
that.
They
I love
have
that.
a freedom. They have freedom. Every human has a freedom. The fact that they're my kids doesn't
Yes.
mean that they are that I'm gonna tell them exactly what to do. But I will try to set them up for the best possible environment, but they are free to do and decide what
That's
they want to
exactly what
eat,
I would
what they want to
do.
put in their body, and
Yeah.
what they want to do with their lives because their life is their life and my life is my life. I'm ready
I love that.
whenever they're ready to go. I'm ready to do my stuff. But for
I
now,
love
I'm
that.
setting them up for success, hopefully. But again,
Absolutely, you
I
are.
can you can never guarantee anything in life, and so we'll go with
But
that.
yeah, I wish every parent would have, you know, the knowledge that you have and raise your kids the way you're doing it. I think this is amazing. And thank you very much, Ina, for spending some time with us.
Thank you.
Everybody, I will leave the links below. If you're watching on YouTube, check out the links below and you'll find out more about Ina and how to connect to her and everything she's doing. And thank you very much.
Thank
And I will see
you.
you soon. Thank you,
Thank
everybody,
you.
for
See you.
watching.
Thank
Bye.
thank you, everyone.
Bye, guys.